Paul George had a sense it was coming. He didn't know Donovan Mitchell would be this good this soon, but when George worked out with the Utah Jazz rookie last summer, leading up to the NBA draft, he saw something he liked. "He was feisty then," said George, the Thunder forward whose team is facing Mitchell's Jazz in a first-round Western Conference playoff series that resumed Saturday night. "He's feisty now. That's why I knew he was gonna stick." Mitchell has continued to make a strong impression on the Thunder and the rest of the NBA. He led the Jazz in scoring in the regular season, the first rookie to do so on a team that won 45 or more games since David Robinson in 1989-90. He scored 55 points in the first 2 games of this playoff series, the most ever by a rookie guard in his first 2 playoff games. Mitchell's expected to finish in the top 2 in NBA Rookie of the Year voting, along with Philadelphia's Ben Simmons. But long before Mitchell was making waves in the NBA, he impressed George. When the two worked out last year, Mitchell still was debating whether to leave Louisville or return for his junior season there. George was on the side of, "You need to come out now," he said. "I just saw the potential," George said earlier this season. "I think what was most impressive and what really stuck out to me that he was going to be more than great in this league was that he was just competitive. He really played us tough. He wanted to learn and he just took it as a challenge, and young guys in this league that want challenges, those are the ones who stick around and blossom." He's blossoming already in the postseason. Though George has mostly guarded the Jazz's Joe Ingles in the series so far, he drew the assignment on Mitchell for part of the fourth quarter of Utah's Game 2 win. Mitchell scored 13 of his 28 points in that fourth quarter. Mitchell made some tough shots in Game 2, George told reporters in Salt Lake City on Saturday, continuing a trend of impressing George that started last offseason. "He's worked," George said. "He's climbed his way to where he's at now, and he's gonna be special." To Pat in the first 2 games of the series, Patrick Patterson hadn't seen a second in the first quarter. He got in early during Saturday's Game 3 and played his most productive minutes of the series so far. Patterson entered for Steven Adams with 8 minutes to play in the first quarter, probably in an effort to spread Utah's defense with some outside shooting at the center spot. For a quarter, at least, that adjustment from Billy Donovan worked like a charm. Patterson not only scored from the perimeter, he had 6 points and made both of his 3-point shots, but he lured Jazz center Rudy Gobert away from the rim, at least for a couple of plays. But the Thunder was outscored by 14 points with Patterson on the floor in the second quarter. Through 3 quarters he had 8 and 3 rebounds on 3-3 shooting, but the Jazz had outscored the Thunder by 10 points in his 18 minutes. Schedule update: Minnesota's win against Houston on Saturday made for a crowded NBA Wednesday. As a result, the Thunder's Game 5 against the Jazz will tip at 8:30 p.m. in Oklahoma City on Wednesday night. It'll air on NBA TV and Fox Sports Oklahoma. The game will be one of 4 Game 5s on Wednesday. The Cavaliers, Pacers, Rockets, Timberwolves and Wizards Raptors series each will have a Game 5 that night. Close your browser. Does not support